You are welcome to yet another episode of HN What's Your Say? The #1 listening show where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly. Real name Robert Sylvester Kelly. Also known as the R&B King. It's been the main question by every R. Kelly sympathizer why he just can't be left alone by these self-proclaimed saints of women who have already ruined his life beyond description. Andrea Kelly, who has also been acting like a victim and gladly causing the world to think she was a saint married to the devil himself, just can't stop going to the media and talking. And this was the major problem with the case against R. Kelly. We saw many women lined up as victims and appearing on a commercial TV show Sony prepared through their subsidiary Lifetime Television, and speaking the worst about him like they were angels married to the devil himself, yet they fall short in many ways. If truth hadn't leaked to reveal that in fact some of R. Kelly's accusers were perpetual liars brave enough to make false claims about their ages, and to carry the same lies to the dock inside the courtroom and under oath, the world risked missing the facts and many would still think Mr. Kelly could have in fact abused these women. However, when this information finally came out, together with the text message evidence which proved that the parents had deployed their own daughters to entrap R. Kelly and turn him into their cash cow, the world is now fully sensitized with the real truth and won't be falling for such cheap stories as Andrea is still telling in the face of the media. If Andrea Kelly was half the woman she claims to be, she wouldn't have the guts to even make any further appearances speaking on R. Kelly, considering her name came up during the Chicago trial with one accuser claiming she in fact molested her. Remember, Andrea Kelly was an adult woman then, and therefore an appearance on video with a minor does place her into the box of sex offenders. And if the justice system was really out to lock up real sex offenders, Andrea would be in prison and not on TV shading bad light on her ex-husband and father of her 3 children. In any case, she cannot be targeted because she has no money to lose to the officials and the girls like R. Kelly did. And Sony is definitely not after her for the dancer she was in the industry, and considering her being in jail does not save the monster corporation billions of dollars like it is the case when R. Kelly is lying in prison. And this is a reminder that our celebrities are being targeted and destroyed on purpose. The system is not put to take down sex offenders and is instead on the hunt for our own celebrities, a job the officials have been deployed to by Sony itself. It's rather interesting that each time she is asked why she would keep the name of a man that she claims abused her physically throughout their marriage, she is bold enough to state how she has chosen to keep it for the benefits and gains the name comes with.
Why did you choose to keep the last name?
'Cause I paid for this name in blood, sweat, and tears, literally.
Claiming she worked for the name and sacrificed so much for it only serves as a revelation of what this R. Kelly's ex-wife is all about. If she really thought he was so bad a person like she alleges, she would have dropped the name a long time ago, but because she knows R. Kelly is in fact a great person and far better than her in personality and behavior, she just cannot afford to put away a name that also brings food to her table. Such greed for monetary gains, however, cannot rule out the possibility that she did go against the father of her kids for the money, and that she could only be seeking protection from her own crimes, acting like a victim she has never been. If she can keep the name Kelly for the dollars it brings her, yet claiming he is an abuser, she is definitely capable for bearing false witness against him for an extra dollar. Why should any of her claims against the R&B King be believed, yet her price is so low that she would keep the name of her said abuser only for a few dollars? And according to fans and supporters, what hurts the most when it comes to Andrea Kelly's involvement in the case against R. Kelly is her unending influence on his children in attempt to turn them against him. While she claims the children are now old enough to make their own choices and decisions, we cannot rule out possible indoctrination that was intended to steer hatred for their father. There is in fact footage we have time and again featured on this show showing Andrea educate her kids on how their father is a monster during a popular TV show. But the former queen of the R&B singer has since not stopped to make appearances on social media channels to remind the world of how she is an innocent girl that was abused by R&B King like she was a minor and unable to make decisions for herself. In her latest interview with Atlanta Black Star, Andrea Kelly continues her smear campaign describing her ex-husband as a monster and worst nightmare. However, she forgets that she is addressing an audience of free thinkers who can easily tell between the truth and a bunch of lies. While she seems to have completely nothing good to say about the father of her 3 children, listeners can see right through her and tell who was in fact the real problem in their marriage. It's difficult to have a partner who utters such disrespectful statements while speaking at full speed and go a month without a big fight. There is no doubt she could have been the nagging one here, and that she is currently falsifying reports on her ex-husband to keep the observers distracted from her own misconduct and crimes. It's rather unfair that R. Kelly was subjected to such an unfair fight where every other person had the right to take to social media and make all kinds of false claims against him and be believed without question. Who would in their right senses believe utterances as those made by the broken Andrea Kelly, whose only disappointment is her failed attempt to manipulate the R&B king and wrap him around her finger when they were still together? And the same applies to the other accusers who were paraded for his defamation, and later on allowed into the courtroom even when the government knew well that among them were repetitive perpetual liars like Lisa Van Allen. Everyone else that spoke the worst of him was believed but not him. And this is why the case against R. Kelly is deemed a conspiracy to take down yet another successful black celebrity and a malicious manhunt as opposed to an attempt to serve justice to the alleged victims. And the fight to see this huge error by the Department of Justice reversed shall continue until R. Kelly is finally a free man and back to doing what he does best. That's make great music for the world to enjoy and be inspired. According to Dexter Love, I can't seem to forget the day Andrea Kelly appeared on Good Morning Britain speaking about how R. Kelly abused her and accompanying her lies with crocodile tears, and only a few minutes after the show she was shown blasting his songs in her car and singing along as she returned home all smiles. This woman is an actor and I have no idea what has taken Hollywood producers so long to hire her. It's difficult to believe a woman who is simply playing to the gallery like this, but shockingly, it's reports like these that the justice system based on to issue 2 guilty verdicts and a surprisingly long sentence of 30 years that is intended to see R. Kelly die in prison. According to Kinson, I just don't buy Andrea Kelly's BS stories she is trying to sell. One minute he is this and the other you are riding with your baby daddy till the wheels fall off and now it's this. Sounds like total BS to me. If you wish to take part in a live interview on this channel discussing any of these topics, let us know by emailing us on sashahnnewsroom@gmail.com for scheduling. That is all we had for you today on HN What's Your Say? To keep updated whenever we post a new video, subscribe to this channel now. Also remember to hit the bell icon and enable notifications. And feel free to share your opinions with us in the comment section below, and let us know if you would like us to publish your views in our next release. We value all our subscribers' opinions.